Here we go.
On the good side, 4 pounds, 11 ounces naked. The Kimber 84M Adirondack. That is the weight of a lot of 22s. This one is in 308 caliber. So when I pulled it off the shelf, hefted it, contemplated reviewing it, I was pretty excited. I hadn't reviewed something like this in a long time. The last one was in 2011, and it was the Christensen Arms Carbon 1 Extreme. That one, also a very expensive gun. And I said, well, maybe it's time to revisit the type, a mountain hunting rifle. And that's what I call this type of gun. So it's a few rounds, right? Does not have a removable magazine. SAWC is critical. An 18-inch barrel in this variation. That is incredible. Incredibly short. Threaded, by the way. That's pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, let's review it. Checked it out from Gunny's, the Great American Gun Store, via 4473 on loan from them. They don't pay me, I don't pay them. True, pure relationship for years and years. Go support them. And I was excited. I was like, well, this thing's expensive, but it's pretty cool, looks good. It's super, super lightweight, the weight of a 22. But for its price, boys and girls of the project, it has got to perform, right? And let me go on a mini rant. Can I, please? I know. Bring it, Nutton. We love the rants. These lightweight bolt-action rifles, in terms of value, are ridiculous. They are making up price levels that somehow the hunters in the world, and that's who's buying these rifles. It's not tactical guys, it's hunters. Perhaps guys that are booking a hunt up in Alaska, a guided trip, and they want the best rifle. They have a ton of money. They're not afraid to go out and spend $1,550 on the Kimber 84M. That's who's buying them, and they're putting up with these pricing levels. And I say that because they have sold at these elevated pricing levels for a very long time. This thing is ballparking it about $1,500. $1,500, really? Where do you come up with that? It's no different, no more difficult to put together than a regular bolt-action rifle. I would say at the upper end of the value equation, maybe $800 for this gun. That's just nothing fancy. A value guy. I'm a value guy. I'm a consumer advocate for you guys. I'm fully independent, supported only by my donors. Be one, link below. Shameless promotion. Be a donor. They're the reason I can just speak so honestly. I don't get these guns from the manufacturers. They don't pay me. They don't give me free guns like a lot of gun tubers do. No, I just check it out from Gunny's or Handgun Haven. And if it sucks, I'll tell you. The pricing on this stuff is just asinine. And when I get to competitive offerings against the Kimber 84M Mountain Rifle Series, you'll see they're equally as ridiculous, if not more so. This might seem like a bargain compared to some of the ones I'm going to tell you about. Where does that come from? Because you come up with a 5-pound rifle in a major hunting caliber, you think you can charge that. And again, people are paying it. You know, if people weren't paying it, they would change their pricing levels. But they're obviously selling. I said that in 2011 with the Christensen Arms. It's crazy. It's crazy. Some guys have a ton of money and they don't know what to do with it. If you're one of those people, again, the first thing you should do with it is become a TMP donor. A TMP donor. But I'm a value guy and I look at this gun and I go, for me, that's a lot of money. I could do a lot of things with that money. I'm a value guy when it comes to guns, knives, watches. This is a Swiss watch that only cost $125. The Swiss Mondaine Giant is what they call it, which is ridiculous. I just reviewed it. Go watch that review. I'll link it below. I'll put links to this watch below. It's $125, the Swiss railway watch. Even watch snobs will respect this watch. But it's a value watch. I'm not going to go spend, whatever this is, a Breitling Avenger. What is that? $4,000, $4,500? No, thank you. Not going to do it. There are those people that do all day long. Maybe this review is for you, and we'll talk about its capabilities. But first, by the way, rant complete on the value. I might circle back to it. Let's talk about philosophy of use. I told you the people who are going to be buying this gun are hunters. Now, maybe they're true hunters. And to me, in my definition of true hunters, it's a guy that gets out and hikes to find the game. in rugged terrain, mile after mile. That's a true hunter to me. That's what I did, by the way, growing up. I always backpacked with my dad with my 30-06. It was a Remington 700 BDL. And we would hike mile after mile in very rugged terrain with backpacks, and we would hunt. To me, that's a true hunter. And that's someone that wants a super lightweight gun because they have a lot of other stuff to carry, and maybe they're pursuing a quarry that, is very nimble, like mountain goat. Again, maybe it's a hunt of a lifetime. This is the type of person I think that would be attracted to the 4-pound, 11-ounce Kimber 84M Adirondack. And it comes in other flavors too. This is just one. I think they call this Gore Optifade finish on this Kevlar stock, I think. Other cool camouflage patterns, and you'll see them. But philosophy of use, this is going to be a mountain hunting rifle for a true hunter. That he's trying to shave ounces, just like a tactical system. Every ounce counts. SAWC is critical, especially if he's on a unsupported, out of the backpack, extended hunt, which I do respect. Guys like that. Not a guided hunt. He's not on a guided hunt. But there are other people, like I said, that do guided hunts, and they'll spend thousands and thousands of dollars, like 20 grand on one hunt, even more, just to go get one sheep, one elk, one bear, whatever. Other philosophy of use, it's just cool. I mean, when you have this thing and you see how lightweight it is, basically the weight of a 22, it's impressive. I mean, guys, it's a conversation piece. And you'll see people who buy these guns of all types. The ones behind me, M1A, that's a beautiful in nutmeg, palmetto, PSAC 47, side folder. If this was real, it's not real. Barrett 50, if this was real, a SIG Sauer 551. But people will buy guns just to put them in their collection. I posted that video about Handgun Haven. They bought one guy's collection. It's on the B channel. You should watch it if you haven't. Amazing. It was like 250 guns. I mean, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think. Not one of them, to me, looked like it ever was shot. He was a collector. And guys do that. And I'm not criticizing that philosophy of use. I've always defended it. That there's a lot of things that people collect. Maybe it's a gun, maybe it's a knife, maybe it's watches. Maybe they get used, maybe they don't. But it gives them happiness for the time being, and they can always turn it and sell it, which a lot of people are doing these days, including me. Yeah, so cool. A collectible gun, recreational, just for fun shooting. Not really fun to shoot, even in 308, 4-pound, 11 ounces. It recoils. It's a little bit stout. Bushcraft plane. That's funny. A bush plane is what I meant to say. But maybe he's bushcrafting too. I don't know. A bush plane in Alaska. Yeah. 4 pounds, 11 ounces in 308. It also comes in 6.5 Creedmoor. I saw it in 7mm 08. That might be a better caliber. Yeah, be a good bush plane gun. Super lightweight. Carry enough rounds. Bug out kit gun. Nah. The ammo's too heavy, dudes. You're not going to be able to carry enough ammo. Which, by the way, speaking of recreational use, who's going to have enough money to buy ammo these days? I bought this before Fire Armageddon. So that's the old price. Now it's probably $40 a box if you can find it. Everybody's reloading now if you can find components. It's crazy. So I think a lot more people are going to reload, and a lot more people are going to be shooting a lot less, or be shooting air guns or 22s a lot more, if things keep going the way they are, which I think they will. Philosophy of use on the Kimber 84M, at least this variation. Super lightweight. Tactical rifle, no. Doesn't hold enough rounds. Team rifle, no. I could think of a lot better options than that. Into philosophy of use. And 4 rounds, if I didn't mention it. 4-round internal magazine here on the 84M. On we go to features. Bead blasted stainless match barrel is what Kimber's saying, and they're guaranteeing 1 MOA or better out of this gun. And we're going to look at what we got out in the desert operationally with this thing here in just a second. Threaded muzzle, I love that. 5/8 inch threading on that. I didn't shoot a can on it. Didn't really want to, but probably should have. I don't think I shot a can on it. Sometimes I forget. I don't think we did. Sean helped me test it. No, we didn't. Maybe I should have, but, I just want to kind of shoot it in its pure form, lightweight, see how it recoiled. A can kind of would have masked that a little bit. Kind of a slimmer profile barrel, free-floated in this Kevlar stock. I believe it's Kevlar. I could be wrong on that. It's a 700 action, guys, basically. Another 700 clone, not enclosed like a Tikka or for that matter, a Remington 783. So it's going to be a little bit less stiff. Didn't come with bases on it. Really? I had to go find them, put them on. Okay. I forget what rings I have on those. It just came out of inventory. And then I have a Nikon Pro Staff 7 on here, which are no longer being made. So sad. What a great scope that was. And as you can see, as always, I mount it relatively low. 700 action, no big surprise here. There's your pressure venting hole on that side, just like a 700 has. We have a fluted bolt right here on the 84M, and it's a Mauser controlled round feeding action, which is fine. I really don't mind that, but I've never said in my bolt action rifle reviews that I feel like I need it. Some people think it's like mandatory. I've had so much good luck with a 700 action without it. I don't really care. As long as the 700 action is done correctly, like I've mentioned before. So it's front locking here, stiff action for what it is. And then I hate this right here. I've always said this. I absolutely hate it. It's a Model 700 wing safety on the bolt. 2 position on this one. So we have fire, then we have safe, and it locks the bolt. I just don't like them. They're not ergonomic. It seems like it's a cost-saving measure to me, so they don't have to mill anything in the stock. I much prefer a 700 style safety. It's just me. Just me. Like a 700, you can tell when it's cocked right here, and you can tell when it is not cocked as we pull the trigger, as it's depressed there. Our takedown latch, not takedown, but bolt release latch is right here. Pretty easy. Nicely designed bolt on this. Notice that it's hollowed out for a little bit of weight savings. Very excellent, which is appropriate for a mountain rifle. We're trying to save every ounce we can. We have a gloss finished anodized aluminum trigger guard here on the Kimber 84M. And then the trigger itself is actually pretty phenomenal at pulling at about 3.5 pounds on my scale. We love the trigger. Sean and I both loved it. Like, that's a really nice trigger. And it should be for the cost, right? Should be. The stock itself is pretty basic. It's trim, does not have a beaver tail forend. 2 stainless steel sling swivel studs. You can put a bipod right here. They're matching the barrel finish to be blasted stainless steel finish. And then on the back, we have a 1-inch Packmeyer decelerator recoil pad, which is fantastic. I like it. Notice it doesn't have a raised cheek piece here. Pretty basic. And that's features on this variation of the Kimber 84M. And there may be some other variations that have different contours of barrels, different barrel lengths, but this will serve as my review for it. How did it shoot? Funny you should ask. Funny you should ask. Well, like I said, when I checked this out from Gunny's, I had high hopes. I was like, okay, it's expensive. It's super lightweight. It's guaranteed to shoot well by the manufacturer, Kimber. And we took it out to the desert on 2 outings. I only took this on 2 outings. That's all I really wanted to take it out on. And to be honest, I was extremely disappointed in how this thing shot. Top, center. Decent, barely over an inch. This strikes me as a gun that's very load specific.
Yeah.
That you're going to have to experiment to find out loads that it likes in this barrel. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like that.
You may even have to hand load your own, right?
An expensive rifle like this shouldn't be temperamental. You should be able to throw all kinds of ammunition in this and it should shoot very, very good. And I'm not seeing it out of this rifle.
Right.
And all of them are, those are really good presses, great stability. It's a headwind we have.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't buy this thing. There's no way.
No.
It's way overpriced. I'm getting value rifles that shoot better than this.
Yep.
The Remington 783 is shooting at least as good as this, maybe better. So, I mean, I got a couple good grooves, but I'm shooting 168 match, and that's not really a hunting round.
Right.
This is a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
Kimber strikes again.
No, the weight is nice, but you got to make it accurate.
Listen, for what it's designed for, hunting, it's plenty accurate. I mean, I would take a shot on an elk with this out to, in this caliber, I'm in 308 here, I'd do 300-yard shot. I mean, these are 150 grain soft points. I'd do a 300-yard shot with that. I feel confident. In a bigger load, like, I'm not sure what it's in, maybe 7mm Remington mag, I'd take it out to 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
With really good stability, like shooting sticks. But it's over MOA right now.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing through the scope, we'll see. But it looks like right around just above MOA with really good shooting. It's a good gun. It's just overpriced.
Yeah.
It should be about $500.
Right. You gotta remember what it's competing with. That's
And I don't like Mauser actions. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Not in a modern rifle. No, thank you. I hate this safety right here. It's garbage. Hate it. It's like Ruger. That's crap for the cost. That's crap. And I have a variety of lows represented there. So there's 168 grain match right here. Vertically stringing over an inch. I'm not saying that's a horrible group. For a $1,550 rifle it is though. These are all acceptable groups. There's 168 grain match shooting at 1 MOA. There's 50 yards FMJ. And let me say this real quick. So someone may show up and they'll go, well, why are you shooting FMJ out of a high-end mountain rifle? This is why. Because you can tell barrel quality in how it slings standard rounds. So if I have a standard round that I know how it performs in a wide variety of guns, and I believe that was a Federal FMJ load, I can tell what's going on with the barrel. I can tell what's going on with action. And what I'm seeing out of this Kimber 84M is it's not a very accurate rifle. Sample of one. Maybe yours is awesome. I don't know. Here's another known load. This is a Federal 150 grain soft point. This is a easily a sub MOA load. This is what it shot out of the Kimber 84M. What? So here's another 168 grain match load. For reference, let me show you this. This is a $400 bolt action rifle. I reviewed it separately. You'll see it break sometime. Remington 783, no longer being made. Look at that. Third MOA. Here you go. Half MOA. Here's another one. Half MOA. $400 Remington 783 totally outshot this. And I said as much in the Remington 783 review. Sean and I were shooting these side by side and we were flabbergasted. I was actually checking the scope. I was like, the scope loose? I tightened that right, didn't I? I'm checking everything. Everything was tight. Rest was tight. And don't say it's a polymer table you're shooting off nothing. I get half MOA and half for over a decade here. So it's not the table. I can get half MOA. It's the gun. Now, does this barrel tighten up with use? With different loads? Maybe. And I did find that the Christensen Arms bolt action rifles are that way. They're very load finicky in their carbon fiber tension barrels. Some loads shoot pretty good and others don't, and maybe this gun is that way, that you have to shoot a specific load to get your MOA accuracy. And I bet you if you ship this gun back to Kimber and complained about its accuracy, they would probably ship you back a factory target showing that indeed it is sub-MOA. But guess what? They're using loads that they know shoot well out of the gun. My point is, for a gun this expensive, it should not be load finicky. Is that too much to ask? I submit to you it is not. That a Remington, a Savage, a Ruger will outshoot this gun easily at a much lower price point. The trigger again was good. It did recoil. It's lightweight. I didn't notice any ejection or extraction problems. All that was good. But accuracy was very disappointing for the price. Now, had I shot this and I got half MOA groups, not with all loads, but with some loads, it would be a different review. I ain't seen it. Now, is it accurate enough to be a mountain hunting rifle? Yes, absolutely. So it can fulfill all those philosophies of use that I talked about. But again, you're doing it at a pretty high price point. So you're going to have to decide if that's worth it to you. Competitive offerings. And I told you these things are expensive as well. The Remington 7 SS stainless steel. Again, Remington's out of business, at least as you have known it. That was $1,150. I don't have any experience with that. Browning X-Bolt, that cost $2,100, and that's the X-Bolt Pro Tungsten. Again, a lightweight gun. They're commanding high prices to a ridiculous level. The Nosler M48 Mountain Carbon Rifle is $3,000. Just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. These are simple rifles to build. There's no amount of product literature or hype or nonsense that they can spew on their website to convince me that this gun took that much money to produce. And against the competitive offering that I'm talking about right now, dude, this gun looks like a value. The Weatherby Mark V Camilla Ultra Lightweight I saw is $2,300. Again, I don't know if they're making all these guns still. Who knows? The whole firearms industry, when I'm filming this, is in tumult. We don't know what's going to survive, what's out there, what's available. Christensen Arms Ridgeline Titanium, $2,500, 5.8 pounds. And Christensen Arms has a wide variety of guns on their website, and they will nickel and dime you. It's like if you want a certain feature on your gun, it's kind of add to cart. Next thing you know, you're buying a bolt-action rifle costing you $6,000. Maybe a little bit of exaggeration there, but $4,000, yeah, easily. Again, I'm ranting about these value levels. You're just insane. What I'm seeing is that there is a market for a ultra lightweight, super accurate mountain rifle at 4 pounds 11 ounces that costs, I don't know, $700. So Ruger, are you listening? Ruger's probably the one to do it. Mossberg, and maybe they have some that I missed. I'm just throwing out a couple competitive offerings. Would I buy the very hyped and special Kimber 84M mountain rifle in whatever flavor? I would not buy it. It is a non-recommend at its price point. Now, for second cool, if you just love it, for like the POUs I discussed, I say go for it. I'm sure I'm going to see someone below that has it, and they probably got better accuracy than we did. I took it on a couple outings, and we didn't see it improve. So it's a no-go. I mean, this gun, for its price, should be a slam dunk half MOA gun. Yeah, Kimber's hit and miss. I mean, there's some Kimber guns I love, and there's other guns I just scratch my head and I go, as if. I'm not for it. Not for it at all. Okay, and before we end the review, so we end on a good note, actually. I'm going to show you this holster again. And they didn't send it to me for free. I bought it with donation money, but I'm so excited about it. It's so affordable, and get it while it's out there. It may be gone very soon. It's called the One Tigris Molly holster, and it fits a wide variety of combat handguns without a light, by the way. This is a Glock 17. And I showed you the CZ P10F in one of these, right? Yeah, this gun right here. And this is the tan one. So very cool. I'll put a link below. And this is your thumb snap. It has a loop over retention strap if you want it. I would probably just either run it like this or cut it off, because I don't see a real need for this thing right here. But here's your snap. And then it has another retention strap, which is removable. A little bit slower, so you'd have to pop that and then you just pull your gun out. I've got all the tags on it, so it's kind of in the way. There you go, dudes. Gen 4 G17. Great holster, though. Weighs nothing. I don't know, maybe 4 ounces, something like that. Molly capable, regular belt capable. Also has an additional magazine pocket on the outside of it. I forgot to mention that in the other review. Totally recommended. Yeah. I just wanted to end the review with something awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. And, by the way, high value. Like I said, I'm a high value guy. Thank you so much for being with me through all these years, for supporting the Nut and Fancy project. Like I said, I'm going to keep reviewing guns as long as I can get them and get the ammunition. Crazy days. I don't know what's ahead. I don't know what's going to be banned, what's going to be illegal. I'll just keep cranking. Please subscribe to my YouTube account as well. I want to post more gun reviews over there. The political videos will live in YouTube. I cannot post them anymore in a communist-held YouTube. You guys know what's going on, and if you don't, you need to pay attention. Signing off from the bunker, deep in the state of Wyoming, safe and sound, Lieutenant Colonel Nut and Fancy. Thank you so much. Over and out.